I have a question for you. What do you do if you get a box that's in the shape of an aquarium or a fish tank? Well, you exercise a little bit of creativity and turn it into an a fake aquarium or fish tank. I give you everything here you see here if you want to make mine. I give you the fish and the background and the cat. So you can make the same one that I made, or you can exercise some creativity and make it your own. I have a link in the description of this video down below, a link to the PDF where you can download and print all this stuff. But anyway, this is a fun little project. You can go crazy with it. Welcome to the Cardboard daVinci YouTube channel. Okay, let's take a look at the tools and materials I used to make this project. And when you watch this video, you'll understand how to make the project yourself. So almost all of this stuff is very flexible. You can use all kinds of different materials, but you'll have the idea and the concept, and you'll be able to do it the way you want to do it. But I'll show you what I did if you want to follow along. So I love this aquarium-shaped boxes. They're just perfect for this project. But you can use any shape, any size box. The one I used in this video is the 153, the Amazon 153. See? And this is another one, the 93. ZM4 is actually a very nice but smaller aquarium. So, like I said, any size box, any shape box you want to use. All right, and you'll need some kind of a tool for cutting cardboard. It could be, you'll need scissors to cut the papers, the various things. Some tape, any kind of tape will do. Some thread to hang the fish. I used blue, black, doesn't matter. And some plastic wrap if you want to put the plastic front or all the way around the aquarium. You want to have that plastic wrap. It makes like a fake glass. And some paint to your preference, and painting supplies, some water, some paintbrushes. I used I used white, silver, and blue for mine. So, and if you want all my artwork that I have used in this project, I have the template here for you with everything in it. This includes, let's take a look. This is a PDF on my website. You can download it, print it up, and use it. Cut out the parts and use it yourself. And there's no sign up or anything like that. I don't like those websites where you got to give your email and stuff. No, you can go to the link in the description. You'll see the PDF right there. You just download it and then you can print it up. So, but look, let's take a quick look. See, I've got several fish for you. You can print up your own fish if you want. The background, which is nice and large, right, fits my 153 box. And the cat. I give you all the parts for the cat too. So, and I used a program called DocuSlice, which is free. You cut each part out and then you tape them together. See, this like the, right? And the body, I'll show you here. There's more. But the cat is a nice addition to this project. I like the cat. See? So, anyways. So that's everything, but you can make it any way you want to make it. And thematically, you could use all kinds of different themes. I kind of used a coral reef theme with coral reef type fish. So let's launch into I'll show you step by step how I made it. Oh, and one more thing, I don't think I mentioned it, but you're going to need some glue to glue together the various parts. Any old glue will be fine, white glue. You could even use glue stick if you wanted. Let's get started. First thing to do is to cut the 4 top flaps off your box. And then disassemble the box. And I'll show you how to do that. Open up the bottom flaps and then find the seam on the box. And carefully pry that apart. So we're going to open up the box without ruining it. But watch, that seam usually comes apart pretty easy. There we go. And the reason why we do this, it makes it much easier to apply the plastic wrap to make the clear glass windows. And we're going to do 3 of them. 1 large one and 2 small ones. And we're leaving 1 large panel here untouched because we're going to be putting the background on that. So that margin is 1.5 inches thick around the edge of the box. So 1.5 inches from the edge of the box or the fold all the way around like that. And you want it to be reasonably thick so the aquarium is strong. If it were too thin, like a real fish tank, the box would be kind of weak. But 1.5 inches is a pretty good strength for it. So, and then cut out those 3 panels and save that cardboard. You're going to need it for something else. Not here, not on this project, but another project. And now we apply our plastic wrap by cutting it and taping it down. And you do that all the way around the window. And if you can get it nice and firm, it looks better without wrinkles. So try to do it so you get minimum wrinkles. You know what might work here really well is glue stick. I didn't try it, but that might be worth trying. Because then you can push it down, adhere it, and you can still move it around a little bit. But I used a cellophane tape all the way around each rectangle. And like I said, all 3 open windows. And now let's glue on the background. And to prevent it from wrinkling, you apply a thin, even layer of glue, white PVA glue, and then press your background down onto it. And I give you this, and I also give you the original image so you can resize it if you want. Use a paint program to resize it for your box. And I use, like I think I said, DocuSlice is an online tool that's free that you can use to make images bigger than 1 sheet of paper. That's why I use it. So you can see that was 2 sheets of paper printed. Okay, so we've got the windows all done and the background all done. We can put this box back together. Take a look, see what this box looks like. See? And we can glue that box back together. Or tape it. Now you can paint the bottom of the box, but I cut myself a rectangle of cardboard, painted both sides of it, and then I installed that into the box for the bottom of the sea. And you can have fun with that. Paint all kinds of things on it. Make a little cardboard treasure chest and put that in there, or whatever you want. More coral reef. So let's do the fish. Cut them all out. And then apply strings to them. And it's important that you do 2 strings. If you only hung the fish with 1 string, it would rotate and wouldn't stay straight. And you can do it by either taping the string on like this, the 2 strings on like this, or you can put a little dab of glue and glue the string on. But the important thing is that you separate those 2 strings, even though it looks like 1 string. But you'll see what I mean. There's 2 leads, I guess you could call them. And separate them out. The further apart they are, the better. And towards the top of the fish. There we go. So it'll hang. You'll be able to hang it like that. Very nice. So go ahead and do all your fish. Do your whole school of them. And now I made a lid, and I don't show you that, but it's kind of self-explanatory. That's a little bit larger than the aquarium. And I put a 3/4 inch, I glued 3/4 inches all the way around it to make the lid. So now we can poke holes in it for the strings, for the fish strings. Is that what we call them? We'll call them the fish strings. Same thing, 2 or 3 inches apart. Poke a hole and then push the thread through it. And if you have trouble getting the thread through, you can use tweezers like this to push the thread through, or make the hole bigger. Doesn't really matter that much. You don't see them. You don't see those holes. Push them through. And one thing I like, here's a nice little tip, is you push them through and then just Secure those strings on the top with some cellophane tape. The reason being is if you glue them, they're stuck. That height, the amount of dangle on the fish is set. But if you use cellophane tape, you can then, once you put the aquarium together, you can pull the string, you can pull the thread or push the thread to change the height or the levelness of your fish. The tape will hold the string, but you can still, pull it through. It's kind of nice. And that's it. And here's a little artistic tip. For some reason, odd numbers work better. So odd numbers of fish look better, more aesthetically pleasing than even numbers. It's like an artist's rule. So like 3 fish or 5 fish or 7 fish, rather than 2 fish or 4 fish or 6 fish. Looks a little aesthetically better. I did 5 fish. So there we go. And now you can see, because those strings are taped on the top, I can always pull them to change the height or the levelness of the fish. So we can still adjust it. And I don't show that here, but now I did a little bit more painting. Like I painted the front of the box white, and then I painted it silver. And I painted the part of the top of that aquarium black. It looks nice. You'll see that in the final video coming up shortly. Now the only thing remaining is our cat. Same thing, I give you this. You printed up those parts. You can cut them out and glue them to cardboard. And the size of the cat is for this particular box size. So if you use a different size box, you're going to have to resize your cat. A couple of ways you can do that. One way is with a paint program. Another way is by saying you need it smaller. You could use your printer to say print at 80% or 90% or something like that. But so glue the cat to cardboard, cut it out, and there we go. Our project is done. Very nice. If you make this project, send me a picture. I'll put it on my website. I will give you credit any way you like. And I will send you a certificate of contribution in an email, which I have done really at least 1,000 of. I have given out a lot of certificates of contribution. There you go. Thanks. I believe my next project up, I've been excited to do this one, would be a cardboard box, jewelry box. And I got some clever ideas for that you might like. Thank you.